The bulls are charging, the charts are dancing, and something big might be about to break loose. Pi Network just saw a massive 12.81% jump in 24 hours, and now the big question everyone's asking is, are we finally about to smash that legendary $1 barrier? Yes, the open mainnet is already here, mining has stopped, and now the only thing left to do is watch closely as Pi inches closer and closer to becoming a serious player in the crypto market. In today's Pi Network update, we'll dive into what exactly is driving this bullish momentum. Hint, it's not just hype, it's real-world utility. From South Korea to the US, Pi is breaking boundaries, finding new homes, and landing in shopping carts, real estate deals, and way more. But wait, there's also a storm quietly brewing underneath this rally. The community isn't staying silent anymore about migration frustrations. So, are we entering a new golden era for Pi Network, or is this another hype cycle on shaky legs? So here's my question to you. Do you believe Pi Coin will hit $1 this year, or will it stall again before the finish line? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out my recent videos for even deeper Pi Network analysis, from price predictions to migration news. Link is right there in the description. And hey, if you believe in Pi like I do, go ahead and drop Pi Network to the moon in the comments. And tell me where you're watching from. Let's show the world how global our Pi family really is. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can keep getting all the Pi Network news as it breaks. And of course, join our Telegram and Facebook community so you don't miss out on any juicy scoops. This video, as always, is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing here is financial advice. You know the drill. Do your own research and stay safe out there. All right, let's dive straight into it. There's something thrilling about watching a price chart turn green. That little upward line, it's not just pixels, it's hope, it's potential, and it's the sound of a million pioneers whispering, "Is this it?" The Pi Network price just had one of its biggest 24-hour surges in recent memory, skyrocketing by 12.81% and lighting up everyone's notifications. At the time of writing, Pi is holding strong around 68 cents, a solid jump that's added to a weekly gain of 4.95%. And while that might not sound like fireworks to the average crypto investor, anyone who's been watching Pi knows how significant this movement really is. But this isn't just about price pumps, this is about movement, real, fundamental movement. Something's happening in the ecosystem. Traders are eyeing that magical $1 mark like hungry wolves. Analysts are tuning their predictions. The bullish vibes aren't just speculation this time. They're backed by growing volume, rising RSI scores, and most importantly, real-world adoption. Let's talk utility. That's where the heart of this surge lies. A wave of fresh updates just landed, and they're not fluff, they're meaty. Businesses are starting to actually use Pi. And I mean more than just testing it in small corners. We're talking about full-blown integrations. Take South Korea, for example. One of its companies just said, you know what, we're accepting Pi now. That's a huge deal in itself, but it didn't stop there. Enter Zito Realty LLC, a US-based real estate firm that just flipped the script. James Zito didn't just make an announcement, he walked into the Pi world, planted a flag, and said, let's do property deals in Pi. Read that again, real estate in Pi. That's not a theoretical use case. That's boots on the ground, bricks and mortar, title deed stuff. This isn't a meme coin moment or a someday dream. This is Pi Network stepping into the US housing market with confidence. Then there's Pi Fest 2025. An event that barely needs an introduction anymore. The numbers are in and they're mind-blowing. Thousands, yes, thousands of new vendors have joined the Pi economy. That's not just a milestone, that's a full-on movement. You don't just get that kind of expansion unless people see value. And they clearly do. Pi isn't just a white paper anymore, it's becoming a currency people actually use. So what does this mean for the price? Well, let's dive into the technical side for a moment because it paints an even clearer picture. If you zoom into the current Pi charts, there's a pattern emerging, higher highs, stronger candles, and even stronger volume. That's not noise, that's confirmation. People aren't just watching, they're acting. Buyers are stepping in. Confidence is growing. As it stands, Pi is approaching a pretty tough resistance zone, somewhere between 72 cents and 75 cents. But if it punches through that, we're likely looking at a mad dash toward the 90 cents $1 range. That's more than just a psychological milestone. That's a massive validation point for the bulls. Breaking into that territory could bring in a new wave of investors, partnerships, and businesses looking to jump in before Pi becomes mainstream. And the technical indicators back this up. Right now, the ADX is sitting at a powerful 62.02. That's not just bullish. That's textbook dominance by the buyers. The RSI is hovering around 72.50, which means, yeah, we're slightly in the overbought zone, but that doesn't mean we're done climbing. It could signal a small cool-off before another leg up, a brief consolidation, a breather before the next sprint, but there's no hard evidence of an immediate crash. The bulls are holding the fort for now. Now let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Macro events are also playing a sneaky role in this rally. One story that's floating around is the Trump tariff pause. Yup, politics might be nudging crypto again. The US president recently announced a 90-day tariff pause for negotiations, with countries like Vietnam and Japan eager to engage. While the China-US trade tensions persist, these talks are calming global markets, which benefits crypto. But beneath the optimism in the PI community, the real issue isn't price, it's unmet promises. Mainnet migration is still a mess for some, token unlocking delays are frustrating, and the lack of core team updates is disheartening. Users are asking, where is the promised transparency and decentralization? Many are still stuck in KYC pending status or waiting for tentative approval solutions. These delays aren't minor, they're eroding trust and momentum. While some KYC solutions are being rolled out, scalability remains a challenge, and the frustration is growing alongside the excitement for adoption and price growth. And if Pi Network truly wants to secure its spot in the top tier of crypto, these internal issues can't be ignored. Trust is just as important as tech. If the project is to reach the moon and stay there, it needs its community on board, not sidelined. That said, we can't deny that Pi is moving. In price, in partnerships, in presence. There's still a long way to go. But for the first time in a while, the road ahead is looking more like a runway. Whether we'll take off or just taxi for a bit longer, that depends on the next few moves, by the core team, by businesses, and by the community itself. Pi Network is showing serious signs of life. We saw a 12.81% surge in just 24 hours, pushing the price to around 68 cents. Businesses like Zito Realty are accepting Pi for real estate. Adoption is skyrocketing after PiFest 2025, and the charts are screaming bullish. With technical indicators lining up and external market events offering a supportive environment, the dream of hitting $1 isn't as far-fetched as it once seemed, but of course, we can't ignore the concerns within the community that still need attention, especially related to Pi Update Today, KYC verification, and the Pi Network migration process. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, go ahead and share and subscribe to support the channel. It helps us bring you more honest and exciting updates on the future of Pi Network. Now, let me throw this back to you. Do you think Pi will break $1 before the end of this quarter? Or are we looking at more sideways action first? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you've got any questions, suggestions, or just want to share your thoughts on Pi, the comment section is wide open. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep pioneering and keep believing.